We have male VTubers in the news again, and the news isn't good, I'm going to be honest with you. And warning, this is not it's hilarious, this is what can I say with this without a swear? And it's disgusting. Let's go with disgusting, yes. There we go, okay. Sorry, I had to think about how to say this without swearing because YouTube God, but it's disgusting. It's disgusting. So this is a long journey, honestly, so strap in. That just came out hours ago. I will start off with the two main parties in here. So torakaru, I've never heard of this guy before, but apparently he's a piece of crap. I would send this to a friend first, and I've just been researching over this, so I do not claim to have all the information and it be accurate. And I don't usually give my opinion here, but let's just start off by saying this guy is an asshole. Like, straight up. Like, even from the bit I've read. So, the context of this story, torakaru has been accused, I think so far, 5 to 6 girls has backed this up, of assaulting people, leading people on, cheating on people, manipulating people, soliciting nudes, ASMRs, and using consent in Discord to try and say it's okay to assault people. That's a new one for me, because prior consent, guys, even if you get consent prior, doesn't mean you get to do those things. I feel like I'm in the Twilight Zone with this. Like, obviously, like, I don't know. And next to him coming out with the world's worst YouTuber apology, it's up there. It's really up there. I want to start off not with him, but the actual person he's responding to. Lily, the strawberry VTuber, who is like the main person who started this avalanche of things, and there's 5 or 6 people or so going along with this so far, and it had only come out a few hours ago. And I'm going to say this just keeps getting worse, so if you're triggered by this, it's time to leave, but this just keeps getting worse. It gets worse up to the point their boyfriend/girlfriend gives their statement. So let's just keep going. Lily's entire doc on Karu here. And I did read Karu's first, so I was very annoyed reading this because he leaves out a lot of stuff, as most people who are in the wrong do. Pretty much it goes over that he manipulated her later on for months, sent dick pics all the time without solicitation. She was in love with him for a while, thinking he was just a nice flirt and stuff like that, but then she found out he does this with so many people just to have like whack off material and stuff like that, and trying to pressure them to have some sex with him or do the devil's tango. I'm actually not sure what I'm allowed to say on YouTube about this. And pretty much, as we can see from these DMs here, I'm just gonna make sure these are the right way around. This is like damning evidence of how much he just like pushes and pushes and pushes here, because this is a pusher, and that's as dumb as that sounds. That's why I do the voice there. It's dumb, but this is actually a tactic guys and girls use with people that they think is like weak-willed, and that's the problem with this situation. Is he's trying to manipulate and control a bunch of people he sees as weak-willed to do what he wants, and he thinks they're just going to put up with it because he's so amazing. Textbook narcissist. PCA, this is not all male VTubers. Apparently there's like a thing where people go around and say it's all male VTubers. Obviously not, but this guy is. Fuck this guy. But he just keeps pushing here. Like, she's not even quite responding in any sexual tone, and he's just pushing. Like, I want to rail you. And it's like, and she's just like, bro, what? And she's like, points out in here, like, previous things that are like friendship no-nos. Like, you keep trying to bang me and push things, but you said you don't want to be with me, can you not? And he just keeps going, and he just keeps going, I fucking would. It's like, I know you would, but no, like, I don't want to be just someone you have sex with. Like, leave me alone on this. Like, it's very obvious from me reading this, she doesn't want to have sex with him, and he's pushing it a lot. And according to these documents, like, up to 3 months before he has a girlfriend too. I actually don't think his cheating is that important to the story. It's a piece of shit move to show the manipulation more, but it keeps coming up like it's the worst thing he did. He was a cheater. But no, he's an assaulter that pushes women, and he tries to control them, and he's just using his platform to try and control at-risk people. And no matter your gender, no matter what you're doing, this is a bad thing to do. You should not do these things, guys. Just because someone is weaker or someone is mentally reliant on others, as she mentions in here, one of the reasons they like trauma bonded kind of thing or got too close too quick over the year and she felt reliant on him is because they became friends straight after a breakup, and it's very common for guys like this to try and prey on people like that. Same with women and guys. Like, they both can do this, and that you shouldn't. It should be named and shamed. Honestly, it's disgusting. He implies it through his statement that his actions, except for the assault, is justifiable because he didn't promise to date any of these women, so it's fine. And I'm like, being a piece of shit isn't fine as long as you're not dating them, okay? It's called being a good person or not. Being a piece of shit to everyone you meet, a piece of shit thing to do. I can't believe I have to say this. Insane. It's like, what is with the standard that you are only the bad guy if you're dating someone or you promise to date them or something? So the story goes into this from her point of view that she wasn't very keen to actually have sex, and he just randomly brings up, after tons of like not proper contact with the DMs from both their sides kind of show she is more correct in her retelling of this, that she wasn't like super into the back and forwards of it because of their past of her being let down by him. And he's trying to imply that she was mad at him through this story because he wouldn't have sex with her. Oh my god. Because he wanted to stay faithful to his new relationship he's kind of just interested in, though it does come out in the story that he was already 3 months deep in this relationship. So yeah, that was bullshit. Who would have guessed? The guy who's full of bullshit is talking bullshit. God. I'm so angry. I'm so sorry. I'm so angry. This annoys me so much that dudes like this exist and use VTubing and streaming platforms to just prey upon people. It pisses me the fuck off. Praise be to this guy for checking. I haven't heard of this VTuber, but thank you for checking on your friends. If you're at a meetup and you don't know everyone 100%, check on your female friends. Just check on your friends. Just give them a little check. Give them a little text. Make sure they're fine. Be a bro, okay? Don't be a hoe. Be a bro, okay? Because who knows how bad the situation would have got. So pretty much they were sharing the couch here when they got home from the situation of him like trying to hold her hand and say you love me and all this weird stuff, even though he's like, I don't want to sleep with you and because I have a partner and stuff, and he's still trying to be relationship-y, which is weird. Like, why? Just be a normal person. If you don't want to date someone, don't act like you want to. Stop trying to act like you can get in their pants. Just stop. And let them be mad if they want to be mad, okay? And so he gets on top of her and starts kissing her neck and stuff and her cheek. And he's just like, I was just being playful and childlike. I wasn't using my sexy voice. It's like, what the fuck does that have to do with anything? Using your sexy voice. How does not using your sexy voice make this better? You got on top on someone and tried to kiss them and then stopped when another guy came in the room and go, what are you doing? How does your tone or anything change anything here? And she reiterates it in more detail, and she does admit that she can't fully recall everything, and she didn't actually fully understand how extreme it was until she talked about it later, like thinking it was just, oh, they're a weirdo, and someone's like, holy shit. And I think that says to a lot to why these actions kept escalating, even though she wasn't really into them. She didn't have the strength to be like 100% fuck off. And that's the thing where a lot of people say, why don't you just say fuck off? Because the people who prey on, like, want these kind of outcomes, they prey on people who aren't strong enough to do those things for themselves. And that's exactly why. Like, she didn't even fully realize what was happening was assault and that she had the right to say no at any time. And that is the kind of misinformation he's preying upon. There's a lot of damning bullshit here. Like, he's like trying to gaslight her in here and say like, oh, all this crap. And it's like, it's a bad situation. She points out, you're saying a bad situation, but you're not admitting you assaulted me. And he just keeps doing it. He just keeps saying some jerk around apology that isn't actually an apology. Yeah, and she points out here, he's like, back then I was so stupid and incredibly immature. 6 months ago in some of these, like, things. Like, he hasn't changed. He hasn't. And in my opinion, it takes a lot to actually change. You can't just keep saying, I'm changing, and expect people to, one, give a shit, but also people to believe you. No one has to believe you, dude. And yeah, at the end there, that he's just like happy she didn't make a tweet longer because he knows he would get cancelled. And as we go over to his in a second, he literally just goes, I'm giving up, I'm not doing this anymore. Because he knows he's cancelled as fuck. He knows he's in trouble. But, oh God, don't even get me started on his right now. It's ridiculous. She's taking a break at the time as she needs, and that is completely fair. And people may say, like, this isn't that extreme, but the whole point, this was years of manipulation. And any unwanted, anything is bad, no matter your gender. If a girl gives you unwanted when you say nah, or you show no interest, and she's, like, determined to keep moving forward. So that's good, and I'm sorry I'm jumping between, like, really angry and at the same time, but this kind of stuff just annoys me, because actually, like, he's downplaying. So we'll go to Toro's response, and from my understanding, from reading it first, he does what a lot of apologies, air quotes, apologies do. He leaves out the worst stuff he does and says, I couldn't have possibly known this. I had no idea. She gave me prior consent. So bullshit. I'm just gonna like leave this into, there's a lot of bullshit in here. So, like he says from his point of view that she's mad that he won't fuck her. Like, that is such a up yourself dude approach. Like, yes, I'm really sure out of the manipulation, the promise of affection, the wanting to like lead her on, even though you said that she's really just mad that you won't put out. That sounds like legitness, right? Oh my fucking god. It's like you can tell so hard his head is up his own ass, honestly. And then he tries to make it about him cheating on his partner. Like, that's the most important part. It's like, I didn't actually cheat. Here's my technicality backflip of why I didn't cheat. It's like, dude, one, I don't give a fuck. Like, realistically, you assaulted someone. Fuck off. Also, that you had to make technicalities about not cheating. If you need to make a technicality that you didn't cheat, you cheated, okay? That's how the world works. What is a damning approach here? It's like, I thought she was implying more stuff like straddling or something happened because he put this part in here. I decided to stop because I wouldn't want to go any further than that. I still wouldn't touch her, my hands, I wouldn't move my legs or to straddle her, and I wouldn't kiss her on the mouth. She didn't mention or accuse him of anything like this in her stuff. And it's very confusing why he would bring it up. And in my mind, it says he thinks it's not assault because he didn't do any of those things. Why bring any of that up? That all these things you didn't do and wouldn't do. Like, the whole point, you were in an intimidating position on top of her and kissing her when she says nothing. Like, it doesn't matter if what you would or wouldn't do or how you wouldn't push it more sexually. Being on top of someone or touching people when they don't want to be touched or they don't say anything is it's not okay, okay? No matter how sexual or not it is. And look at this. I did in fact apologize, but not explicitly. If you didn't explicitly apologize, you didn't apologize. Like, in my opinion, if you apologize but then go, but, it's like, I didn't see it like that. I'm sorry you saw it like that. That's not a real apology. That's not admitting fault. I'm sorry. I'm a stickler for apologies, but that's not actually an apology. You're just kind of blaming them for feeling the way they're feeling. No matter if I'm dating someone, I would still say that I love you. Saying I love you is not a right. You can love someone, but if they tell you you're uncomfortable and don't want you to do that, you also are not allowed to say I love you to people. If someone says their boundaries, it's like, love is an important word to me that means something. It's like, but I say I love you to everyone. It's like, don't do it to me then. It's like, that's fine. That's fine. Just respect boundaries of people because things mean more to other people and your perception is not the only perception. I will say in person, I've quite literally never done anything except hugging other women in the 9 months that this occurred. I've only been intimate with my partner. I don't want to call bullshit on him, but like, I haven't read all the other things here, but we don't care about you cheating. Especially after reading their partner's approach, they're as bad as each other. So yeah, and the beautiful fucking end to this is a big disappointment is that I do have a lot of very amazing, beautiful models, background montages, I don't know what that is. I'm bad at abbreviations. And art pieces, which will go to waste. I'm sorry to the artists who have provided these things for me. If anyone would like to purchase any of these for exactly the price that I purchased, receipt and event, you may contact me in email. So at the end of my assault accusation, can you buy back my VTuber stuff so I don't lose money? Hashtag support your artist. What an absolute dickhead. Honestly, like a dickhead. Who puts that at the end there? And who would want to buy assets of a sex offender? I don't understand. This dude is so stupid. Everything about this is so stupid. He obviously doesn't actually care, or he wouldn't have put that in there. And goodbye. I bet he's trying to come back in a week or two. What a jackass. Okay, I have to move on from his statement because I'm angry. Because it's so stupid. He's so stupid. He's so up himself. He's so ridiculous. And fuck this guy. And I hope all the other guys in the comments before you, like, oh, not all male VTubers are like this. I agree. But fuck guys like this, right? Fuck this guy. Okay. Another person who's commented on this is Zenith. She was saying she was hoping he changed, etc., etc. And he has unfortunately sent her kissing unsolicited audios in DMs before and such other things. So his sexual behavior, we don't have a timeline on this. But apparently, Econ found out quite early that Toru was sexual to a lot of people and sexual to Lily, so they backed the fuck up. And luckily did not meet up with him, thank God. And Econ also confirms on here that while he was having, like, his defense about being faithful to his partner, which is BS, they were doing the same thing to Econ, the same as Lily. The exact same thing and trying to get them to meet up. And was using his, like, boy slut reputation in Vtuber to try and, like, just get away with behavior. So, that is the main story here. The little side, like, stab in the wound here, is the statement from Torakaru's boyfriend/girlfriend. I'm going to refer to them as a boyfriend because they are sex female, but gender fluid and prefer to be called a male. But the only reason I bring this up is that they use them being biologically a female to kind of go girl power in this, like, don't assault my other females like me. But I will bring that up when that comes up because that's such a fuck you too. Okay, that's right. They retweeted it. So Mizuki Nemu is the boyfriend/girlfriend. And okay, this is really fucking stupid. I want to say the highlight of this is a fuck you to them. So through this entire thing, they, like, claim to be on Lily's side and stuff, but they're staying with him. Highlight, they are staying with the assaulter, the cheater, Taru. Pretty much. That is the highlight of their timeline and everything here. It just mainly goes around about that cheating and saying don't assault their people, but they stick with them. They're still going to date this guy. And I'm just going to say my opinion on this really quick. If you facilitate an assaulter, you're just as bad as them. So don't try and girl power and say I'm on your side to people when you're facilitating someone who's a piece of shit, okay? So fuck them, honestly. So, and I'm a big believer of this in any assault situation, child abuse, or anything. If you facilitate them to do it, you're just as bad. And they should honestly leave the internet too and graduate, because fuck them, honestly. If they want to side with him, they can yeet. Because, like, what the hell? Who, after all this and trying to girl power at the end here, goes, I'm still with him? So we're going to call them male up until the part where they bring up anything female. That's pretty much it. So they go into their date meetup, which I don't know how this is relevant at all. Like he cheated on you. Boohoo. I don't know why you're defending the idea that you're not a doormat more than anything else. Similarly, but opting out the part where he got on top of her, extremely close to her, and made her uncomfortable. This is when we also fully decided to pursue each other and move into a more serious and long-term relationship. So their boyfriend assaulted someone and go, you know what? I do want a more serious relationship. It's just people all leading them on. A situation occurred. It made me realize he needed to focus on making it clear to others. Okay. See, this entire statement is just about them, the cheating between them. This, like, I don't understand. What does this have to do with the Lily stuff? Realistically, we don't care. Your relationship is your business of if he cheated on you or not. But the real thing is if you're going to stay with an abuser that abused someone. And money is not okay, but I'll still date him. Idiot. It was terrible and they did not deserve that to happen to them. But I'll continue to date him. Please send them your support and kind words, and I send them all of my support and condolences. How can you support someone when you date their abuser? From here, I start focusing on lines I relate and focus on it more in real life. Highlight, they're staying together. Consideration and chats with him, I will continue our relationships. What a cunt. How if I have informed him that he is not acceptable at all? Whoa, fucking join the feminist movement. You told him it wasn't acceptable. Holy shit. Do you want a fucking pride parade? Jesus. This pisses me off. This hits very close to home for me, so it pisses me off. As a woman, it is never okay. No, you can't do the whole as a woman, don't do this. As your backup of why you get to stay with him. Like, fuck off! Or corner us. It's never beg favors, corner us. But it's okay when my boyfriend does it. I will do my best to help him understand the severity. I can fix him of the situation while concerning in the building the future with him outside of VTubing. Go fuck yourself! Like, this pisses me off so much. This pisses me off so much. Moving forward, I intend to come out as gender here and later in Pride Month, but I believe it was crucial for me to come out now and explain my timeline. What does... Okay, this is... Okay, I didn't read that last part. So they are coming out as gender fluid now to try and overshadow the fact they're staying with an abuser. They're trying to like, don't bully me, I'm gender fluid, while they're trying to defend being with an abuser's assaulter. Like, it feels like such a tack on that they're just trying to cover themselves, but dude, don't tag yourself onto a whole genre of people when you're defending an assaulter. Don't bring that shit into your mouth. I thought they had already came out. I thought they were like known as gender fluid or something. I guess maybe they're bringing it up because people didn't know they were dating, but still, like, why tag on you're coming out onto, I'm sorry my boyfriend assaulted you? Oh god. But that's pretty much the icing on top of this cake. I will edit something out. I'm sorry if me raging stuff said anything like in an offensive way. I'm so sorry. But like, fuck this person. Fuck him. Okay? No matter your gender, no matter what, facilitating abuse is bad. And you do not get to tag on to girl power and support the victim as you date the abuser. Get your head out of your ass. And I would name this series This Pissed Del Off, but I can't because of YouTube. But yeah, this really peeved me off, okay? I'm gonna be honest. And I feel really bad for all the girls involved that were just being trusting, it feels like, and were hoping for romance and all these other things, and they've just been taken advantage of by this guy, and probably sadly scarred for life a little bit. And that's really unfortunate. And guys like this should get a punch in the face. That end. And that is the end of my twit longer. But yeah, I hope this was a bit informative. I did rant a lot more than usual. This went on for 30 minutes. This will be fun to edit. But it really annoys me. It really annoys me, these situations. And I feel like a lot of people feel the same. And I hope the girls can like move on and the dude and their boyfriend does like just yeet off the internet. Honestly, we don't need them around. Bye-bye. But thanks for listening, guys, and I hope you you have like informed a bit about information, and we can rant together about crazy topics. And this is a topic I wanted to rant about. I'll see you guys later, okay? Bye.